We're live. We're live. We're live. We're going to start this episode off at the 1 minute mark. Let me get pumped up first. Pump up the chin. Pump the chin. Pump up the chin. Pump up chin. Pump the chin. Hey, let's not waste any more time. Let's get the show started the right way. Run that intro.
How you living? What? How you living? What? How you living? What?
And live in color.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, Ma. What's up? Let's slide. Because we're going to get it on tonight. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of GQTV. And I am your host with the most Midwest Coast. Your boy, yours truly, the one and only, your girlfriend's favorite YouTuber himself. I am the man with the master plan. There's nothing but sweat inside my head. All right, I'm done. I'm done. I am your boy, GQ Jamal, y'all. And this is where we review, pay homage, and just talk about shows and movies from both past and present, y'all. And I hope everyone's having a good week. I hope everyone's having a good day. I hope everyone's doing well. Once again, I just want to say, like in every video I put out to y'all, dish to y'all, bring to y'all, present to y'all, I just want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you again for tuning in by watching this video. I really appreciate it a lot. When I put this out on Facebook or Instagram, when I put this video out, I just want to say thank you. Thank you again for tuning in. I really appreciate it a lot. Yo, make sure y'all go subscribe to my YouTube channel right now. That is GQ Jamal. Hit that notification bell. Subscribe to my channel. Check out all of my work. Check out all of my content. Check out all of my videos, all of my skits, all of my reviews. Go like my videos. Go comment. Drop some love. I really appreciate it if you do. Now, today, we're going to interview. Why did I say interview? Hey, we live, right? No, today, we're going to review this movie right here. I've seen this movie plenty of times. This is an interesting movie. I kind of like mentioned this video in like past videos. I forgot what video I reviewed, what movie I reviewed, but we was talking about this movie. This is like one of my favorite movies from the 2000s. Today we're going to talk about Paid in Full, starring Woody Harris and Mekhi Phifer. Now, Paid in Full is a popular movie in the 2000s, like mainly in the hip hop, in the hip hop culture. It's a popular movie, popular hood movie. Um, when it comes to hood movies, like in the 2000s, late 90s, 2000s, people really bring up Belly, which I'm not really a fan of. I've seen Belly maybe like once or twice. It's just not for me. But Paid in Full is a interesting movie. When I first watched Paid in Full, I believe I was in high school. They played Paid in Full a lot on BET, and it's an interesting movie. Uh, it's a movie about what goes on in like like the street life, the drug life. It it's a movie pretty much just another hood movie. What goes on in the streets, in the drug lot, person that's in doing the trying to pursue the limelight, the drug life. Like it teaches you like lessons, gives out like valuable lessons about just someone that's trying to just pursue life in the in the streets. Pretty much, that's pretty much Paid in Full. And Woody Harris, he's a star of the movie. When I when I first seen Woody Harris in the movie, it was Remember the Titans, classic movie, one of my favorite like sports movie. He really did a good job in Remember the Titans, and he was also in Above the Rim. He was in The Wire. I still need to like go back and watch The Wire. I've seen clips of The Wire. I remember BT play The Wire before, and he was also in Next Day Air and the New Edition movie. He was also in the New Edition movie. So Woody Harris is legend. He's superstar actor. Yeah, he's a great actor. And Mekhi Phifer, he's also in the movie. When I first saw Mekhi Phifer, I remember him in Soul Food. I remember him in Soul Food, and he was also in Honey and 8 Mile when he plays Future, Eminem's friend. Mekhi Phifer, talented, talented actor. But we're gonna talk more about Paid in Full. We're gonna talk about the story, the movie. We're gonna talk about what I think of the movie, the pros and cons, just everything about Paid in Full. Now, for those who don't know, Paid in Full is actually like a hip hop song, a classic hip hop song from Eric B and Rakim. Like, thinking of a master plan because there's nothing but sweat inside my hand. Classic line. Yeah, that movie is based off that song. So, Paid in Full, really dope. To me, it's a dope movie, and we're just going to talk about Paid in Full today. So, for those who haven't seen Paid in Full, so the story starts off. Woody Harris, he plays a kid named Ace. Ace, he works at cleaners, at the cleaners laundromat. Yeah, he works at the laundromat, cleaners, whatever you want to call it. Um, Starts off as a good kid trying to do the right thing, and Mekhi Phifer, he plays. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm looking at my notes. He plays Mitch. He plays Mitch. Mitch is a drug dealer. He really loves the limelight. He's all about the hustle. You even like hear it in the movie. He says, a brother like me, he loves the hustle. He loves to get it by any means. So he just loves money. He loves money. He loves getting it. He sells drugs. He's flashy. So we see him. He's like swagged out in the movie. He's swagged out. Let's back up for a second. Let's back up for a second. This movie takes place in the 80s. This movie takes place in the 80s. So back in the 80s, like crack was like cocaine, crack was really like starting to like take off like in a negative way, like the drug game was starting to like take off in a black community. So either people were like selling the drugs or they're like using the drugs. So that's pretty much what happened in the 80s. It really hit hard in the black community in the 80s. So yeah, this movie takes place in the 80s. So Woody Harris plays a kid, like a good kid named Ace. The hell? Sorry, y'all, I'm looking at my comments. I'm like, what the hell is this? Anyway, so yeah, Woody Harris, he plays a, a kid named Ace. He works at the cleaners, and Mekhi Phifer, he plays Mitch. So Mitch is Ace's friend. They're all friends. The movies take place. I believe they're at Ace's house. They're celebrating. Ace is having a baby. Like his girlfriend, um, Regina Hall. She's in the movie. She's Ace's girlfriend. So they're like celebrating them like having a baby. She's expecting, but the movie starts off. They're like flexing. They're flexing. So they're like eating Chinese food. Yo, they're eating Chinese food and they're like playing basketball with they're like shooting paper like paper bags that are like crumpling into like a paper ball and Ace, Mitch, and Rico. Cameron's in the movie, so he plays a character named Rico. Rico is like he's similar to Mitch. He's similar to Mitch. He loves he loves the hustle, but the shady type friend. He's a shady type friend. He's all about greed. He's all about greed. So the movie starts off. They play basketball. They like crumple up like paper bags and like shooting it. So they're over here betting like, oh, I bet, here's 5,000. Here's 5,000. I bet you can't shoot this basket. So Mekhi Phifer's like shooting it. He's like making it. Then he missed one. He misses a shot, and he he loses a stack. You know, like a little friendly bet. So then Ace. So then Ace, he finds out that he's about to have a baby. He's about to have a baby. His girl's having a baby. So he leaves. So as soon as he leaves, he gets ambushed. He gets ambushed by um what's his name? By Calvin. Calvin's people. He gets ambushed by Calvin's people. So this is like a flashback. This is like a cold opening. I don't know. It's especially I don't know why, especially like in black movies, hood movies, they always start off with a cold opening, like a flashback. Then then they like rewind to all the way to the beginning of why am I they always rewind to like the beginning of why things happen for a reason or something like that. But yeah. So yeah. Ace gets ambushed by Calvin's people and they beat him up. They beat Ace up and they shoot Ace. They shoot Ace in the head. So the movie like just flashes back in time to the beginning. So Ace is like working at the cleaners. Ace is working at the cleaners, and he's just living like average life, just average normal life. Just he just right now he's living an average life, like um he's trying to make like an honest living, like yeah, he's trying to make an honest living. And then Calvin comes to the cleaners. He's like Calvin sells drugs. He sells drugs. So he's like swagged out. He's super flashy. He dates Ace's sister. So, so he's trying to like get Calvin to like, yo, to like sell drugs. Like what are you doing working at the cleaners? Like you need to get on this like fast life. You need to get on to this fast life. Calvin's like, I mean, not Calvin. Ace is like, nah, that's not for me. That's not for me. That's not for me. And Chai McBride, who plays the store owner, he always like tell Ace like, yo, you're slacking. Get back to work, get back to work, like get back to work. Ace, Ace is so annoyed with Mr. Pitt. I believe that's his name. So yeah, so Mr. Pitt makes Ace do this delivery. He makes Ace do this delivery and to pick up Mr. Lulu's clothes. So he gets back to the cleaners and he noticed that uh, Lulu. Let's back up. Lulu is like he's he sells. He's a coke supplier. He's a coke supplier, and so when Ace picks up Lulu's like clothes, he noticed that Lulu left some coke in his jacket. So he goes back to Lulu's apartment and he tells him like, "Hey, you left some coke in your you left some coke in your jacket." He's like, "Why didn't you just keep it? Like, why didn't you just keep it?" So he invites Ace in his apartment and he schools Ace about coke and like how to sell it. And he tells Ace like, "It's yours. Keep it. It's yours. Keep it." Ace is like, "Are you sure? Like, are you sure? Like, keep it. Keep it." So Lulu becomes Ace's connect for like a short period of time. Then Ace later in the movie, Ace is like in his apartment and he runs into some random nigga, some random dude in the apartment. And he was looking for Calvin. I think Calvin at this point Calvin got arrested. So Calvin got arrested and he's in jail. And this dude's like looking for Calvin. And he goes to Ace like, "Hey man, like you got something? Like you got something? Are you Calvin's boy?" Ace got Lulu's coat and he sells it to the guy for like $100. I'm like, oh, like the guy was like $100, like that's it. So and he tastes the coke and he tastes the coke. You know, like damn, like yo, I'm gonna go to you, like I'm gonna go to you. So now Ace becomes a guy. Ace becomes a guy, and Lulu schools Ace of how to like sell the coke and whatnot. Then later on in the film, Lulu gets murdered. So now Ace becomes that guy. Ace becomes that guy. So let's talk about Mekhi Phifer's character, Mitch. Like I said in the beginning, Mitch is the flashy guy. He wants to be known. He wants to be seen. He goes to the club. He wants to be that. He's that guy. Everybody like looks up to him. He's that guy, and he has a kid brother. He has a kid brother named Sonny. So he looks after him. One of my favorite, yo, one of my favorite scenes when he's at the liquor store and he runs into and what's his name? He runs into Ice. He runs into Ice. Ice is this old head. He's this old head, the old player, the old like he's an old head. He peeps Mitch. He calls him money making Mitch. Like look at money making Mitch. He said I could spot a nigga with money. Like and and Mitch was like, I ain't got no money, baby. I ain't got no money, baby. Like Mitch really hates Ice. He really hates Ice because Ice is just shady as hell. Ice is just shady as hell. Like Ray Charles could see that you got money. Like Ray Charles could see that you got money. So Ice is like real jealous of like Mitch because he got and he doesn't. Like he fell off. So yeah. So Mitch he's all about the hustle. Mitch is all about the hustle. He take care of his like kid brother. Like so those two are like this. Those two are like this. Then during the movie, Mitch he gets arrested. He gets arrested. Then when he's in prison, he starts to be friends with um Rico. He starts to become friends with Rico. Rico is played by Cameron. For those who don't know, Cameron's a rapper. His hit songs are "Oh Boy," like "Oh Boy" and "Hey Ma." I guess computers putin'. No, I guess the boosters boosting. I get computers putin'. Y'all get shot at. I do the shooting. I rock mostly dosely to say y'all holy moly. Yeah, Cameron's a fool in this movie, man. Cameron is a fool in this movie. He plays a cock a cocky like hustler named Rico. Rico is similar to Mitch, but he's really shady. He's really shady. Once he starts getting money, they be at the club, and not Mitch, Rico, he be broadcasting his pornos at the club, and Ace be yo, you don't need to be broadcasting your porno like that. Like, you need to stay low key. So let's back up. So while Mitch is in jail, he finds out from the outs that Ace is that guy. Ace is that guy. He has a juice. Like he has a juice. Like he's the man now. Ace is the man, but Ace is like more low key. He he's more low key. Now he knows the game from Lulu. So now later on, Mitch and Rico, they're released from prison and they start to hook up with Ace. So they build like a little clique. They build like a little clique. They have other people like selling coke for them. And I forgot to mention this movie takes place in Harlem. This movie takes place in Harlem. So so yeah. So now So now they're shining. Now they're shining. Now, one thing I like about Paid in Full, it just teach you like your friends can turn on you. Like your friends can turn on you. This movie teaches you about like friends becoming snakes and don't mix like business and pleasure, or like business and friends should not like mix, if that's the right term to use. So this this movie teaches you about greed and how to hustle, be motivated, and like this movie teaches you what really goes on in the street life, like the do's and don'ts, and what goes on, what problems goes on in the street life, like that limelight makes that limelight um may look good, but it comes with problems at the end. So now, since Ace, Mitch, and Rico, they're shining, you can start to see that the greed starts to take place. Like Rico starts to become more greedier, or that's the word. He becomes more greedy, and then now, um, Calvin is released. He sees Ace shining. He wants to hook up with Ace. Ace kind of plays him off a little bit. Ace kind of plays him off because he just got released. He don't want all that attention. Then Calvin starts to become like just pissed, like, yo, like, why you just treat me like I'm just shit? So Rico's Rico, he's not having he's not having Calvin's he's not having it with Calvin. So Rico calls Calvin like Kermit, like, man, fuck this Kermit the Frog face ass nigga. Like, man, like, get the fuck out of here. I mean, I slap the shit out of you, B. Like, I slap the shit out of you, B. Yeah, Calvin's like looking at Rico and like, like, your man, like, I see, he looks at Ace like, I see you shining, and this Rico guy is like a funny guy, but Ace, I see you later. Then at the middle of the movie, towards the end, Calvin gets his revenge, and like when you see at the beginning of the movie, we see Calvin's like people like ambush Ace. They ambush Ace, and they shoot him. They shoot him. Ace gets shot in the head, and they left him like dead. Well, they think Ace was dead, but Ace was just on the floor, like fighting for his life. So now Ace is in he's not in the hospital. Well, after he gets out the hospital, he's back at home. He starts to like think about his life more. He starts to think about his life more, and we see Mitch and Rico. They're talking to Ace, and Rico's just another character. Rico just turns to a snake, and then he starts to like care about himself now. And Rico gets his revenge with, by just killing Calvin. And he tells Ace like, "Hey man, like I laid the murder game down. The I handled the whole Calvin situation." And Ace is like, "Man, what the hell are you doing? Like, don't get me busted for the stuff you're doing. Like you need to lay low. Like you need to chill. Man, Rico's not even having it. He's not even like trying to hear what Ace is trying to tell him. Rico's like hard headed, and now Ace doesn't even want to like sell drugs anymore. He wants to. He just wants to live. He don't want to live the drug life anymore. He just wants to make an honest living. So, so at the end, towards the end of the movie, Mitch, Mitch and Ice, they have like a fallout. They have a fallout, and Ice kidnaps um, Mitch's younger brother. They kidnap him, and he goes to tell Ace like, man, they kidnapped my brother. They kidnapped my brother. Like we got to do something. Like we got to do something. We see Mitch. He's like crying because his younger brother's kidnapped. So they gotta find a way to like um get back the money so they can get his younger brother Sonny back. So then towards the end of the movie, Mitch and Rico, Mitch and Rico, they have a conversation at this random apartment, like at the random apartment, and Rico just turns his back on Mitch. He shoots Mitch like twice, kills him. Then Then Ace been trying to like find Mitch all day. He can't find Mitch. He can't find Mitch. So he finds Rico and Ace noticed Rico had blood on his shoes. So he put two and two together. He put two and two together and he probably figured out that Mitch is dead. So what does Ace do? Ace like sets Rico up. Like if you want to back up, if you want to back up, um, like towards the middle of the movie, Ace ran into a couple guys that act like they were like selling drugs, but it's really the feds. Ace kind of like spot that on early on. The guys gave Ace their phone number. Ace kept the phone number. So at the end of the movie, he sets up Rico. He sets up Rico, and that's pretty much the plot. That's pretty much the plot of Paid in Full. Ice ends up getting arrested for killing Mitch's brother, and Rico goes to jail for like life. Rico goes to jail for life, I believe, and Ace goes back to just living a normal life. He leaves the drug game alone behind him, and Ace goes back to living a honest living. So that's pretty much the story of Paid in Full. Before we talk about before we talk more about Paid in Full, make sure y'all go subscribe to my YouTube channel right now. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit that notification bell. I've done a couple hood movies. Go check out my Menace to Society review. Go check out my Juice review. I've done a couple like hood movies. I've also done Above the Rim. So go check those reviews out. And also me and Rich Man Z, we did a video comparing Boys in the Hood and Menace to Society. We seen like we talked about how about both movies. We talked about what movie was better. So go check out that video. Go check out all of my reviews. Drop some comments. Show some love. I really appreciate it if you do. Now back to Paid in Full. Now Paid in Full. This movie came out in 2002. This was made by Dame Dash, Rockefeller Films. When I first watched Paid in Full, like I said in the beginning, I was like, I think out of high school. Yeah, I was out of high school when I first watched Paid in Full. I remember BT played this movie a lot. Now, what I thought about Paid in Full, I really enjoyed Paid in Full. Um, I thought the plot was good. I thought this had a great storyline. It really teaches you about um, it really teaches you about the street life. It really teaches you about what goes on in the drug game. It really teaches you about friends become enemies, frenemies. It really teaches you a lot. So this is like an interesting movie. It really kept me entertained. The storyline was good. I believe this was Cameron's first movie. He really did a great job in this movie. Everyone did a great job. I really thought the cast. This was a solid cast. You had Woody Harris, you had Mekhi Phifer, you had Cameron, Regina Hall, Elise Neal, you had Chai McBride, who was in Rowbounds and Undercover Brother, and pretty much some of the characters you've seen in I mean, not Paid in Full. Some of the characters you've seen in Paper Soldiers, you've seen in Paid in Full, because Paid in Full and Paper Soldiers came out in the same year, 2002. So this was, to me, this was a good movie. I think it was a great movie. It's a really it's a real popular movie in the hip hop culture in the hip hop scene. People praise this movie um like it's a god movie. People really like enjoy Paid in Full. But people really like worship Belly. I really never got into Belly like that. Like I never really got into Belly like that. I thought Paid in Full was a better movie than Belly. I don't know what it is about Belly. I thought the acting in Paid in Full was a lot better, and the storyline was just smooth. And I really like how they captured the whole '80s culture, the late '80s culture, the whole fashion. Also, Dougie Fresh was in the movie. Dougie Fresh was in the movie. He he played himself. He like performed at the concert in the movie. But as far as Paid in Full goes, this is really a great movie. I think it's a great movie. To be honest, it's a good hood movie. There's not too many like hood movies that are like great. I mean, let me back up. To me, there's not too many like good like hood movies in the 2000s. Like in the 90s, there was like excellent hood movies like Minister Society, Boys in the Hood, Juice, New Jack City, um, Set It Off, and I think the hood movies kind of died in the in the 2000s. In the 2000s, like if you disagree, drop a comment. But as far as like hood movies go in the 2000s, Paid in Full is like top tier. Paid in Full is top tier to me, and Woody Harris and Mekhi Phifer really did a great job in this in this movie. So many scenes I could like recite like Cameron. Cameron was really funny in this movie. Cameron was really funny. Like, what's popping, Kermit? Like, what's popping, Kermit? Like Kermit the Frog face that. Oh yeah, yo, Cameron was really funny, and Mekhi Phifer, like, I ain't got no money, baby. Like, I ain't got no money, baby. Like, a brother like me, a brother like me loves to hustle. A brother like me loves to hustle, loves to hustle. But yeah, but as far as like paid in full goes, if I had to give paid in full a rating, I would give it an 8.5, a 9. I think it's fair. A nine is a fair rating for paid in full. If I would recommend this movie, I would totally like recommend this movie for those who like those type of movies. Like Paid in Full is like up there. Paid in Full is like top 10 like hood movies of all time. But if you remember Paid in Full, if you remember Paid in Full, drop a comment down below. Let me know what was your favorite scene, what was your favorite characters from Paid in Full. Let me know what you love about the movie. Let me know what you hate about the movie. Anything about Paid in Full, drop a comment down below. Let's get it. And that's all I want to say about Paid in Full. If you made it far through this video, I just want to say thank you. Thank you again for hearing me ramble. Thank you again for just hearing me talk about movies and shows. Thank you again for just tuning in by watching this video. I really appreciate it a lot. Yo, make sure y'all go subscribe to my YouTube channel right now. That is GQ Jamal. Hit that notification bell. Subscribe to my channel. Check out all of my work. Check out all of my content. Check out everything for me. Like my videos. Drop some comments. Show some love. I really appreciate it if you do. If you have any shows, movies, cartoons, anything you want me to review, just drop a comment down below. I'm going to say this in every video. A closed mouth do not get fed if you do not comment. So drop them comments. It's that simple. It's that easy. I would love to do a review of your requests. But once again, I just want to say thank you. Thank you again for just tuning in, just hearing me talk, watching my videos. I really appreciate it. I'm about to hop off this live. Till next video, till next episode. This is GQTV, and I am your host, yours truly, the one and only. Oh boy! Your girlfriend's favorite YouTuber himself. I am GQ Jamal. Until next time, everyone. I ain't got no money, baby. I ain't got no money, baby. Peace.
How you living? What? How you living? What? How you living? What? Been living color.